I want us to be the anomaly, the anti-boy band.
It's an elevated version of us. Whatever you saw before, it's like that on steroids.
It's cool being a dad. It's super fun, super rewarding. I love it.
Well, we're writing about love still, obviously.
Yeah,
you know, love, you know, love is it's in the air. But
Okay, who's in love? Who's in love? So I want to kind of start things off by talking about 2020. It's been a wild time for everybody, and you guys have been quarantined together. What did you guys do at home to keep yourselves, you know, feeling lighthearted? Did you pick up any new skills?
Like I was just picking up guitar again. I built a computer. Like we just started doing things that you can have more time in your hands.
yeah, so much time on our hands. In quarantine, randomly, I started just reading books. So like, so far just this year, I've read like 8 books, and I've never even read books before. So that was like a weird, unexpected like hobby that I picked up. Like I really didn't expect it, but I enjoy it now.
I actually started taking some like online courses because I was like, screw it. Like, I mean, I got like tons of free time in my hand.
Yep.
Might as well hit the books a little more.
What class?
Right now it's just like liberal arts, like associates in liberal arts. So I just take online classes to get that degree eventually at some point.
In the beginning of quarantine, I bought a computer so that I can get into just more like graphic designing and like 3D rendering, so that when there is a time that we can apply those skills, hopefully one day like we could do the tour visuals and I could like make all these 3D visuals for tour, and we don't have to, you know, outsource for that kind of stuff.
Austin, I know you've had your hands full in the best way possible with your little boy Theo. How is fatherhood going?
Yeah, so that happened during quarantine. He was born on the 27th of May, 27, and it was crazy. Like, everything just changed for me. Like the way I view the world and myself and everything. So I feel very blessed in the sense that I knew I had time to spend with my son at a young age.
How is little Theo, and how is it being a dad?
It's cool being a dad. I think it's you know, it's super rewarding. I feel like you learn a lot more about yourself when you have like a tiny you learning and developing. You start to be like, oh, I have like this subconscious memory of me doing something like that when I was that little. Like it just pulls things out of you. It's super fun, super rewarding. I love it. He's great. He could be healthier, and you know, he's loving life.
Nah,
he's super easy baby.
He's super chill. My favorite, because Austin will every time he comes up to the house, he always brings him. So we see him like when he first gets here, and then when he leaves, and he's always just kicking it. He's just
chilling.
He's kicking it. He's giggling. And he's like looking around. He's super curious. Yeah.
Okay, be real. Who's Theo's favorite uncle?
Oh,
I don't even.
I would say he smiles every time he sees Z.
Oh.
Yeah. Hilarious.
So cute. I know he's really little, but do you ever play him your music, get a reaction out of him?
So I play music for him, but I'm very particular about what I play for him. Right now I'm kind of keeping it to very classical music and like light jazz and that kind of stuff, because it helps developmental stages. Yeah. But I mean, he's heard our music because I'm like listening to it, and he just happens to be in the room. So.
I love it. I think listening to PrettyMuch at an early age will only mean that he will go on to do great things in life. Just kind of on a more serious note, guys, it's been a year. I'm curious what kind of effect this year has had on you personally, and maybe if you feel like you've learned or grown.
It kind of opened my eyes to realize how much like influence we actually do have, because I don't think that our role is to influence an opinion, whether it is to actually influence someone to educate themselves, so to be able to form an opinion. Because now more than ever, I feel like we just need more people to be awake.
I think this year was a big year for, I don't know if maturity is the right word, but like a different level of like respect of like just like life, you know, even just with our fans, like the barrier that there is now between us and our fans. Like I'm really more now than ever, not that we weren't grateful before, but like it's, you know, being deprived of being able to see our fans has made it more like, now it's like I'm looking forward to that.
You're more hungry to be in a situation where we can perform for them again.
Right, and do fan events. I think we needed this whole year to kind of just learn and to find ourselves a little bit. And now it's I feel like it's just set us up for what is about to come. And it's getting exciting again.
You bring up your fans, and of course, you know, it's challenging. I include myself. I am a fan. It's challenging when, you know, we're so used to seeing you guys all over social media, and you kind of put a pause on that. Why was it necessary for you guys to kind of take a little social media break?
I feel like it was just a good like way for us to like just kind of like take a step back and like look at ourselves, look at like what we like where we are, where we want to go, what we want to do. So like I feel like it just kind of gave us like a good like a big reset. Yeah. And I feel like it was harsh like on the fans a little bit because they were like, oh, we want more, but we're like, we promise you like this is well needed, because when the time comes, like you'll be like okay, this is like worth the wait.
Was there any part of you that was like fearful, like, oh my gosh, are we alienating the fans too much? Like, are you reading reactions on social media?
We definitely see it, but it's also important to realize that, you know, everybody is human. And although that we have these fans and they love us to death, right? Like, we know that they love us enough to know that when we do take time to reflect, that they'll be there for us. But I'm always, you know, I'm the same way when it comes to like Frank Ocean, right? Like I love him to death, and the minute that I'm dying for him to drop an album, or I'm dying for him. But the thing is, like, as much as I have fear that like he might not come back, I have so much more hope that he will drop music soon. You know what I mean? We just tip our hats to them because they've been here for so long, and they really have been holding on for so long, and it means the world to us that they really care this much too.
So you guys, huge congratulations. I believe you have a little announcement that you'd like to share.
We do.
Oh, it's lit!
We do. We are finally signed with Sire Records under Warner Records. So yes, we're very excited for that. Very excited. We're excited for this pretty much 2.0. You know, we really need to make sure.
Hit a big reset button.
Big reset for us. You know, perspective, vision, look, sound,
everything,
intention, everything. So
and keeping it true to us.
True to us, yeah. And now that we're in this new deal, we are definitely dropping music soon. So
it's gonna be crazy.
We got music ready.
Okay, I have a bajillion questions about all the new music and all the exciting things that you're working on. What is this new era of PrettyMuch? What is it gonna look like? What is it gonna sound like? What is it gonna feel like?
More advanced. That's the word I always keep saying.
It just feels natural and authentic and real and fun. And yeah, the music is really going to speak for that, and everything else is really going to speak for that.
We're gonna have the soulful ballads. We're gonna have the songs that you throw on at a party. We're gonna have the songs that you straight up just want to dance to, and you can't stop and help but fidget in the car. You know what I mean? Like all that's gonna be there, but it's just gonna be exactly what we envisioned when we first got together as a group. I remember there was like a night we all sat down and like just came up with concepts. It's gonna be all that stuff that we originally came up with, like so unconditionally ourselves,
right?
Like just super next
like,
level.
Let me ask about your songwriting process. I know songwriting is important to you guys. Who is sitting down? What are you writing about? What's inspiring you? Is it a certain person or people, or is there something that happened in your life?
We're kind of like basically hyping each other up, which is really fun. Like some of these songs, you know, were first started off by me or by Zion or by Brandon, or an idea stemmed, and then we developed that idea from there. If I hear something Zion's doing in the room, and I go, yo, bro, that's dope. We should develop that. Or Brandon starts something and plays it out, and we're like, yo, let's go in on that, right? Versus trying to find the song. Yeah. Whereas that was a struggle that we did for like the last 3 years. Is we're trying to find this hit. We're trying to find these records, right? Whereas we just kind of let them happen.
So can you share like specific things that you're writing about?
Love.
We're writing about, let me see, which one? We're writing about love still, obviously. Yeah, you know, love is it's in the air. But
okay, who's in love? Who's in love?
I mean, me, obviously.
I'm always in love. I don't think there's ever time that I'm not in love.
I'm in love.
You can be in love. I'm in love.
I'm in love with life.
I just want y'all to hear it, man. I don't want to expose too much. I just want to let the music speak for itself.
When you're creating music, how do you guys decide who is going to sing which part?
I think sometimes some parts feel like almost no one has to say anything, like we just know who's gonna sing it because like whether Brandon sang the demo on it, he just sounds so good on the demo that it's like that's definitely his part. Or like Edwin sing part of the demo, it's like, oh, that's definitely Edwin's part. Like, and sometimes Edwin will sing a demo and I hear Nick, I'm like, oh yeah, Nick would kill that. Like, you know what I mean?
And sometimes we all do all the parts and then comp it differently and whatever sounds the best.
Yeah.
But
we know each other so well. It's almost like we don't even have to like talk to each other. We can just all look at each other and be like, all right, yeah, we're on the same page.
And sometimes my favorite ones are the ones where like someone wrote a specific part of the song, so they have to use that part because it's true to them. There's a song where I'm not gonna sing that part or try that part because it's literally it's not even true to me. It's true to Zion or it's true to Brandon.
Well, that makes sense. Is there a favorite lyric that you guys have ever written?
Looking for you like a parking spot.
Oh no!
The lipo.
Yeah. She sucked all the life out of me. Lipo. That's my favorite.
Oh wait. Also, Wanda and Cosmo.
Yeah.
The Wanda and
Cosmo. Like Wanda and Cosmo.
Producing. I know you guys have dabbled in producing some of your own stuff in the past. Is that something you will be doing more in the future?
There's like 2 that I produced by myself, and then there's one that Edwin produced, and then one of our friends, Kylo, produced. Obviously, Lido, my homie, he co-produced.
But what's important too to note is that although, you know, some records started with other producers, we try to have at least, I mean, it's mainly majority of the time Brandon because he's a goat, but like we have to have him sprinkle his sauce all over all the songs, even if he doesn't start it, because he ultimately understands the sonic of what Pretty Much is.
It's like you share one brain. I love that so much. You guys trust Brandon that much. You know, we've been blessed to have 3 Pretty Much EPs. The fans are crossing every finger toe that we'll get a proper album. Is that in the works?
It is always in the works.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah.
I think for the thing that I keep saying too is that, like, you know, I'm grateful that we haven't had our debut album, because like, I keep saying this, like, we're just now, this feels like the start. This feels like everything was like preseason and it took like such a learning curve, and like we had, you know, we got to do so many things and experience, but ultimately it taught us a lot, and it helped us to define like the things we did want, the things we didn't want.
It's like, it was like before we were playing college basketball. Now we're in the NBA.
Yeah, now we're in the NBA.
Yeah. Now the real game begins.
The album is coming, but it's good to know on our end that it's gonna be our debut album still. You know.
Have you started brainstorming what you're gonna call it?
Nah.
Not yet.
No?
That comes last, once we have everything together.
Does it ever blow your mind that without even putting out a proper debut album that you guys are already at this level that you're at?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy that you say that,
Debut
because
album.
I don't know. I be forgetting, especially like with this year. Like sometimes I forget that I'm in the public eye. I'm an artist. So it's really nice to see that everyone's still sticking with us. It's gonna be so worth it. This is the craziest shit you'll ever hear. I promise you. Like this shit.
As you can hear, Zion's pretty humble.
I know, and
Like, I'm not kidding. Like no one's with us after this. I promise you. There's no better music in the industry.
I think the most important part is that like if we have like true fans and they really love us and they really care about us, like they're not going anywhere. Just kind of like us. If we care about them, no matter how long it's gonna take, we're still here. We're still not going nowhere.
You know the fans are gonna be so ready when the world opens up to see you guys out on tour. Are there tour plans in the works, and what is your live show gonna be like with this new era of Pretty Much?
When we are ready to tour again, you best believe it's gonna be.
Crazy.
We always say our tour. If you come to our tour experience and see what we have to offer, like that's our best foot forward. We're so incredibly hands-on. Like. And will continue to be for every other tour in the future.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing is that we're always stepping it up. Expect, as always, if you've been to a show, a lot of energy, a lot of dancing. Get ready to sweat. Get ready to, it's a party every time.
Austin, have you thought about what going on the road is going to look like for you? I mean, is baby Theo going to be like the most badass, like groupie roadie with you on tour?
I thought about it a lot. I feel like for me, I have this very specific outlook on how I want to be as a father who's also a performer, an entertainer, a songwriter, all that stuff. I don't want to put my son in so much light right in the beginning and almost make a decision for his life path before he can even speak. I think that's kind of crazy. So he won't go on tour until he can talk and be like, Dad, I want to go on tour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like that'll be the time when it happens. But he's still young. He's still a baby. The tour is not a place for him. You know what I mean? And not to say that he won't come out and see a show or two. Maybe the LA show or something.
Earmuffs, yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We already. Before he was even born, we bought those. We were like, we're already gonna take him to concerts and stuff. So. Yeah.
Is he influencing at all the way that you're approaching music, Austin? The way that you think about songwriting or the type of music that you want to be doing?
Everything I live and everything I do and everything I think kind of gears the way that I would write as an artist, or paint or whatever it is that I'm doing. There's always that your experiences guide what you create. So yeah, that most definitely.
Would you guys mind each of you contributing like a dream collaboration, or I don't know, even someone that you've like slid in the DMs, like I've got to work with you. I think we'd be like magical together.
I want to work with Rosalia.
Maybe Jeremiah when he gets better, he's hurting right now. But
Prayers up.
Better work with him.
Jeremiah, man.
Maybe some Breezy.
I want to work with Travis Scott. I just love Travis Scott, so it would just be sick to have Travis Scott in our corner.
Logic. I love Logic's last project he just put out and how he's taken on the persona of being a dad now too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm into all the dad rappers like Chance, Pickle. Yeah, it's my vibe.
That's his brand.
It's my brand.
Miley Cyrus.
Lit.
Good country song with her.
Wow. Okay. That's actually a great point, Zion. Are you guys going to be expanding the genres that you're singing? Like, can we get country undertones in pretty much?
If it's a good song, let's drop it. If one day we're like, yo, this song is country, but it's fire, like, why not?
Do it.
Like, let's just do it.
Yeah, we want to just genre bend. I think it's so important that we always have some kind of glue that keeps it together. But, we want to go and hit these different things. I want us to be the anomaly, like the anti-boy band, like we do all the things that aren't supposed to work, but they work because it's authentic, it's undeniable. Yeah. It's like we're doing our best and we're having fun. Like that's what matters.
Brandon, you just bring up, you kind of want to be the anti-boy band. Is the label or the phrase boy band frustrating or aggravating to you, or do you guys embrace it?
Oh no, I say everywhere I go, if anyone asks me what I do, I say I'm in a boy band.
Yeah.
Like I'm in a boy, and then sometimes they look at me funny. I'm like, nah, it's lit.
It's lit, just yeah.
It's fire.
It's always the follow up. You get the weird look. You're like, no, bro, it's lit.
It's definitely.
And I think too now with the whole just being in the new label, the word boy band hasn't even been in the conversation, right? It's all about the artistry and the music.
Boy band is the term that your brain thinks of when you see us, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we're a group that makes dope music.
Yeah.
Totally. And I know you're a dope group making some fire music videos. Zion, I'm looking at you. I've been following you on social media. You've been sharing these little snippets and clips. What have you been filming? How wild is it? Tell me everything.
It's lots of fun.
Dancing.
Lots of dancing.
Just it's just an elevated version of us. Whatever you saw before, it's like that on steroids.
We're taking a huge artsy approach to doing some of these videos.
Yeah.
And
Artsy?
that's away from
What does that mean?
Like
Just like very
Tasteful.
creative,
Very
just show
creative.
artistic,
if you were
ability and
painting
stuff.
instead of doing like a normal portrait painting, it's like we're doing abstract, like splatter of color all over.
like
the canvas.
psychedelic kind of like vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like it's in that world. I feel like.
You guys have me real hyped for 2021. Are there any dates that you can share when fans can really expect to hear like a single or an album announcement?
Very top of the year. Very, very top of the year.
Very
We'll be announcing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, very top of the year. Lots of goodies for fans. My last question to you is just, when the fans hear this new era of PrettyMuch, how do you want them to react? How do you want them to feel?
Oh,
That everyone has a fucking great time and
everyone has a good time. That's it. I
think
people are gonna great. I think people are gonna be surprised that we were able to do what we did.
I would
And
say
we
this
did
way.
it, you know. I
It's
think
gonna- it's
I feel like
I feel like everyone's just gonna be like listening with just jaw dropping.
Yeah.
Just
like you produce it?
like what? Wait,
Yeah.
this is pretty
This
much
is
now?
pretty much.
This is
Yeah.
what?
It would give me great happiness knowing that our music, you know, for people coming out of 2020 is something that brings them new hope and happiness and joy that they didn't have throughout this last year.
Brandon, my last question is for you. You've got a big birthday coming up. How are you going to celebrate?
I have
I'm
no
gonna
idea.
pour 1942 down his throat.
We're gonna get him drunk. It is my 21st, so I don't know yet. I don't know, but we'll do. Maybe they'll do something.
We'll go to Vegas.
We'll see.